BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, it's me, Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags, and this week I am doing for my Dollar Tree movie, Blackwater Vampire. It was made in 2014. I think that's when it came out. Same company alright, so it was like a couple different companies, I guess. One company worked on like Digging Up the Marrow and other stuff, and then the other company did stuff like All Hallows Eve, so that's fun. This movie, actually, before I talk about the movie, let's talk about the cast and crew and stuff. Not really big names out there. There might be like that one person that was just hiding around the corner in this that I just didn't notice. But it was the kind of movie where like this may have been not the first, but this might have been one of like the director's first movies, or just some small director that just made a bunch of different movies. I don't think the director did anything else big unless it was like one other thing big. The director was Evan Tramel. He may have done other stuff, so I'll maybe just have a screenshot or something at the end of this if there's something big he did do on his IMDb. So there's that. The cast was also pretty small. The only reason you would recognize someone is either if you watched a different film they were in that's related to the director or something like that. There was like one actor that was a big actor, but looking at his resume, it wasn't really that big. It was just a lot of smaller stuff, unless there's something I missed. And yeah, I'm just gonna read the back of it because it's just a kind of weird movie, or at least some of it. A group of young documentary filmmakers sets off to uncover the true story behind the Blackwater Murders, a series of brutal killings where women were found dumped in the woods, savagely slain, with their mutilated bodies completely drained of blood. In an attempt to exonerate the man accused of the crimes, they travel into the wilderness where the deaths occurred and find themselves face to face with a form of evil they could have never imagined. This is a weird movie because they have a subject they talk about in this movie basically the entire time. Now, given it's not like they go out and just be like, it's this, it's not like they go and just talk about this the entire time. But, like, it's there, because you look at today's society and then what happens to, like, one of the characters in the movie. Alright, so the person that's accused of, killing those people, it's like, without any evidence, people are just like, he's the killer, without any evidence, and you look at today's society, and you're like, oh, that looks very familiar, to some, something that happens in culture, a sad thing that happens in culture, but, it's whatever. So they kind of just wanted to talk about this in the film, indirectly, and then towards the end, directly, so that's fun. Alright, so I guess you could say I liked this movie up until the ending, and I just didn't really like the ending, because it just felt weird, at least to me. What was I gonna say about this movie? It's a found footage movie, so soundtracks are not really, like, gonna play a factor. I don't really think there was, like, music, unlike Digging Up the Marrow. Digging Up the Marrow had, like, music, but, like, this was, like, not really. So, this movie, one thing I will give this movie is the creepiness. If you're watching this movie, you make sure you're watching this movie, with all the lights turned off. The only light that should be in the room should be coming from the TV. No other lights. And you just, like, pay attention to the TV, just stare at the TV, because here's the thing, I'm gonna say this, it's the kind of movie where you think there's gonna be jump scares in it throughout the entire movie, but there's really not any jump scares, so that's kind of funny. There's more of just creepiness, because, like, creepy stuff's happening. So, like, it gives me a kind of, like, The Grudge, and, like, Suspiria vibes with how it's just creepy, I guess. If I had to get, like, 3 movies that I feel most close, that are, like, three movies to describe this movie would have been like Digging Up the Morrow, Blair Witch Project, and Beast Within, or The Beast Within. I forgot what it was called. It's one or the other, Beast Within or The Beast Within. Anyways, Beast Within because of a subplot in the beginning and then the plot at the ending. The Blair Witch because they're in the woods, they're trying to discover, find out stuff, right? And then Digging Up the Morrow because the main character is like trying to find out the truth, and then by the end of the movie they find out the truth. Similar in both movies. So, yeah, as I was saying, this movie has creepiness in it, and it's just weird. You get goosebumps, or at least I did. I had goosebumps, during like the tent scenes whenever they were like, sleeping outside when they're in the woods, and like they start hearing stuff coming from outside, and it just gets creepy. And then just throughout the movie, there's weird, creepy stuff that happens. But the ending was just weird. I don't want to go and spoil it, but it's just that kind of ending that you're either gonna find disgusting or you're just weirded out by it. If you're out there and you're like, I love this ending, it was the best ending ever, then there could be something wrong with you. I'm just saying. It's like that kind of ending that's like, okay, maybe make a sequel because it's weird. It's a weird ending, or you just keep it a secret or whatever. Fun. But I mean, it's weird. So I mean, if you don't mind the subplot that they try to have throughout the movie, then, you might like this. If you can't stop thinking about the subplot because, it's basically there the entire movie, you might not like it that much. But throughout the movie, you forget about the subplot until they bring it back up again, so that's not that bad, I guess. So, I guess I had to give this movie... Oh, man. I don't really like giving movies low numbers, so I'm probably just going to give this like a 6 or a 7. Just because of the subplot and, whatever. 6 or 7, I'll probably just give it a 7 because I really like how they made the movie creepy and then the realism to it. Because, like, when it's close to the ending, it's just like, you just feel bad for these characters because you're like, oh my god, I'm they're just lost in the woods trying to basically get back home, and it just seems like there's no hope for them, So, that's kind of, realism and creepiness to it, I guess. And you're like, wow. So this isn't a movie that this is not a movie I'm gonna go and watch over and over and over again. But this is a movie I might watch once in a while, especially if I have like some friends that want to, watch a scary movie. And this would be like, hey, watch this one. This one's interesting, or at least watch everything until the ending, I guess. Yeah, this was Blackwater Vampire, made in 2014, and I'll give it a 7. The only couple things I really liked was how it was just creepy and the realism to it. I don't really think there was music in the movie that much. I think it was practical effects, better be. It looked okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this was your Thursday review. This was week 431. Sorry that I said that in the end of it instead of the beginning, like I probably should have. But anyways, this is week 431, Blackwater Vampire, and I cannot wait to do next week's because it's a movie that I really love, and people out there don't love it or hate it, and I'm just going to defend this movie because it's a movie that everyone at least should like or love, regardless. So you better check in next Thursday when my review comes out for that Thursday. It's a good one. Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta go do other things. Get preparing for my next review, and then maybe some stuff for my own channel. So if you want to maybe see some expanded horror reviews on my channel, like this, maybe comment down below if there's a movie out there you want me to review on my channel. Or whatever, I might do other stuff, like review some Call of Duty zombie stuff, old zombie stuff. Anyways, The point is, I gotta go, and I will see you next Thursday. You have a good one.